you did pronounce it right. Whoop, let me try it again. You did pronounce it right. Welcome. Hi, I am Beth Z. I am your nerdy best friend. Y'all are in Bucks County, and I hope it's a beautiful day there today. It is gorgeous here in Tennessee. And I was just looking on the Bucks County website and I was like, oh, it's so cute there. You're just giving me all these home vibes. So I am excited to share some tech vibes with you. All right. Here is the deal. We are going to have a little back and forth and some conversations. And I want you to know this is not a hologram, people. I am not an avatar. This is real, and I make mistakes. My technology goes bad all the time. So I just want to know that you're going to roll with it. In the chat, go ahead and find the chat, wherever it is on yours, right? Pull up the chat and tell me if things go wrong, I'm with you. Just say, I'm with you. Oh, good. One person. I don't have a cricket sound effect here. So, okay, there we go. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Perfect. Thank you so much. So just go with the flow and it won't show up on our evals now, will it? Because yesterday, y'all, yesterday and the day before, I've been using ChatGPT all the time, and half the time it's not working. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the whole Halloween thing. Today, what we're going to be doing, and I just learned a shortcut, so I'm going to try this. What we're going to be doing, oh, it works, is creating a background information for you, kind of the backbone of the information you need to understand more about AI. We're going to be talking about AI's biggest questions, myths, and mysteries. Now, let me see. We've got about 22 people in the room so far, and I'm going to do something here at the very beginning that is more important than me talking to you. What happens is we're going to be covering these things. We're going to be talking about AI plagiarizing and steals. It's supposed to be known as cheating. You can or can't tell it's AI. It lies. It steals your privacy. It's biased. All those wonderful characteristics we've heard a lot about. But really, what's more important is how you've used it. So I'm going to open up some breakout rooms and we're going to go in there. Here's what I want you to do in the breakout room. Listen very carefully. I want you to go into the breakout room, introduce yourself, and tell the people in the room with you what you have been doing with AI or what you haven't done, what you've heard about, all these little things. Share a couple of case studies. Now we're going to do it for like about 4-5 minutes, and cameras on, hearts open, sharing. This is what your association is all about, is giving you that opportunity to learn from each other. I'll tell you a lot of things, but y'all are smarter than I am. Got it? Introduce yourselves, talk about how you're using AI. All right, I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. Breakout rooms, create. Let's see. Y'all don't go to the restroom right now. I want you to hang out. All right, and I'm going to create and open all rooms. All right, about 5 minutes. Go talk about AI. Lisa, I didn't put you in one. You're muted.
Yvette, okay, she's in one. Yeah. So prior to teaching AI, what
Do
were
you
you
want
teach?
to pause the recording?
I don't think I can. Wait, recording. Pause, stop recording. Pause. Thing.
Let me see. All right, now we have chat. All right, I think most people are back. Hi, y'all. All right. Did you hear some great things that people were using? Probably so, some ways they were doing it. If you could, go ahead in the chat. And this is while we're going, because I'm going to get started. I want you to share one of the ideas, two of the ideas that you heard or that you're doing, so that we start seeing what other people are doing, not just the people in your room, everybody. Every time I do this session, it is, this is some of the most valuable part is y'all sharing versus me sharing. All right, now y'all are have your homework. I'm going to get started. This is AI's biggest questions, myths, and mysteries. I want you to focus when we're talking about AI in general is heinous tasks, things that you hate to do that are just work. A lot of people say, where do I get started with AI? And in the look down at your little bar there. You're going to have a little hand you can raise somewhere. I don't know. You can find it or you can put it in the chat. Who has not put your hand on this stuff yet? Oh, I love some of the great ideas that are coming in the chat. All right, I see some real hands and I see some other hands. Perfect. A lot of people, at about 10 to 25% of every single audience I talk to, people haven't put their hands on it. So this is one way for you to start thinking about, even if you have put your hand on it, other ways to think about how you can get started with it. Start with your heinous tasks. One of my heinous tasks is note taking. How many people love to take notes? Nobody. The Stress Management Society did a study and they found out that during a normal conversation, during a normal meeting, we can handle about 7 pieces of information at a time. During times of stress, it goes down to 3. And if there's big news, you only remember that one thing. Has there been anything stressful in the 2020s? Uh, everything. Everything has been stressful. Global pandemic, crazy elections, murder hornets. Do y'all remember the murder hornets? They have not gone away. We have had a tough, tough time. And every buyer you talk to, every seller you talk to, every broker you talk to is going through stuff. So having meeting notes is fantastic. Now, Zoom has meeting notes. If you have the paid version of Zoom, you also may have the AI companion built in, and they just upgraded it like yesterday to even be more helpful. But Otter is my favorite. I am going to come over here to Otter. Dun, 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 dun. Now I have everything kind of put up in the same place, so it's a little hard for me to grab stuff. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab that and move it down. There we go. A little crazy with my sharing here. All right, I'm going to go to Otter. So what Otter does, it is actually maybe in this room right now. Is it in this room right now? Host disabled recording for this meeting. Look at that. Boom. Beth, you were cut off. That's okay, because I can do it this way. So what Otter does is it'll go into meetings that I have on my calendar, but when I hit record, I'm going to just do it here. When I hit record, what it's going to do is open up a new window, and it is going to transcribe everything that I'm saying. Now, I'm not watching it as it's transcribing, but chances are it's getting pretty much every word that's going on. Now, we have had the ability to record conversations surreptitiously and in person and openly forever, right? We had old tape recorders that people would bring, like forever. But this has made it so much easier. So it is not only recording the audio, but it is transcribing every single thing. This is what all it used to do. I've been using this thing for years, and this is what it used to do. I would go and have a meeting with somebody. Somebody would say, our real estate agency needs you to come in, teach our salespeople, teach our back office people all these tech tricks that you know. Great. Let's have a meeting. And we'd get on the phone or we'd get on a Zoom and they'd say, these things are so important to us. And they'd list them off. And I'd say, these things are wonderful things that I can do. And I'd list them off. And then I'd get off the phone. I'd get so excited about the call, get off the phone. And my manager would say, what did you promise them you would do? I'm like, I don't know. I can't remember, but I didn't have to remember because everything was recorded. And so she would go back through and look at the words and look at the, listen to the audio if it wasn't clear and get all the things and write the proposal. Great. But since ChatGPT was born, what happened was they integrated all kinds of different other capabilities in there. So I'm going to come, it is stopping right there. I'm going to open up another one. Now, this was a podcast that I did. It was the Wedding Solutions podcast. And just like this, we had a Zoom meeting and I had my otter attend the Zoom meeting. So it recorded everything we did, just like it did just now. Everything's transcribed. It is a little slow. I am a little slow. Remember, we're just pretending that all this is working well, right? You're with me? So Otter recorded everything. But since ChatGPT, what it did was do an automatic summary. It did an automatic action list. It did an automatic outline of every single thing we talked about. And that's not all. It now lets you chat with it. So I could say, what did Beth say about privacy? Now, instead of me having to search for the exact same thing, here it just pulls it out. It just tells me what the answer is. Now, some of you may be saying, is this legal? And I'm like, I don't know. And the reason I don't know is because I don't have to know. Every single time I have a meeting, I say, do you mind if I record this so we both have all the notes? Because it benefits everybody. It makes sure that everybody knows what actually was said and what actually happened and can give them that quick fix to get the answers they need. And you can share it with everybody. So Otter is free for up to, I think, 300 minutes a month, maybe even 600 minutes a month, but they keep you to half-hour little increments. Y'all, if you can keep your meetings to half hour so you can save money and everybody's on the same page with that, you are going to be the hero. A lot of you may be saying, I use X, Y, or Z, and it sounds a lot like this. There are a lot of things that sound a lot like this. Y'all, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, I think the day before yesterday, Apple released its newest update, which allows you to record phone calls directly from making phone calls on your phone. Because before that, when I used Otter with Apple, I'd have to put it on speakerphone and use my computer, right? Now it can record phone calls and it transcribes them and lets you, it's more like the AI than this. So I might not even need Otter. I probably won't give it up because I love it so much, but I might not even need Otter because it is now all going to be built into my phone. This is the newest iOS update, came out 2 days ago with the Apple Intelligence, and it's only going to be for phones 15 and 16. I just got the 16 Pro Max. If you have the 15, don't upgrade. It's the exact same phone. Oh, silly me. Is there a mobile version of Otter? Yes, absolutely. And I use both. And if you have meetings and you hook up Otter with your calendar, it goes to them without you even knowing. Uh, because sometimes, have you ever like got an invitation and you didn't say yes and you didn't say no, but you ended up on there? That happens to me a lot. And so my Otter has gone to all kinds of webinars I never went to. One time it was like a meeting of all these keynote speakers. I think it was for a big realtor conference. And all the keynote speakers had to meet and go over some things. And I said, hey, I'm going to be on a plane. They said, that's fine. No big deal. We'll talk to you later. Great. And um, my Otter went and they forgot that I wasn't going to be there. They kept going, Beth, Beth, you're muted. Beth, are you there? I'm like, I'm not there. And I didn't find out until I heard the recording later on. Quite embarrassing for all of us. All right, so that's one heinous task. We're not going to get a lot into this. Isn't a 101 class. You probably have had a couple of 101 classes. I'm not going to get a lot into how to use ChatGPT or prompting or things like that. But I just want to do a sample to show you some other things you might be able to do. Now, you've been able to write things very quickly with ChatGPT, right? So we can say, write a blog post about trending Halloween candy, um, uh, uh, giveaways, candy buying, um, in 2024. I was thinking of something like clever, like do a quiz about what kind of candy are you, or, neighborhood by neighborhood, whether this would be a Reese's Pieces neighborhood or a candy corn neighborhood, something like that. Something fun. You probably wouldn't write this generic of a blog post, but here's how it works. It just writes it for you, right? I'm going to actually stop it right there because I want to show you another thing that ChatGPT does, and then I'm going to do a comparison with that and a another tool that I like because it's kind of the battle of the chatbots these days. There are so many different ones. So I'm going to say create an image for. Oh, I don't need that right now. Create an image for this blog post. All right. Now it is going to create an image for this blog post, right? Look how I did it. I just asked it to do it, and now it's taking maybe 20 seconds. You can see it growing. Oh, look at that. It actually is a really good image. There is a Kit Kat bottle of ketchup. I'm thinking no, but it's got the logos and everything. And this is, I think that says Smokers Snickers bar. So we don't have all of them. Baby Bat and Reese's. Very, very interesting. I wonder if Kit Kat's a sponsor this year. But you can see that it created an image. Now, here's the deal. Meta, which is what? Who is Meta? Y'all know Meta? Facebook. Meta does something different. So in Meta, you have to be signed in. It's free. You have to be signed into Facebook through Meta to be able to use this characteristic. But I love making images here. You can say, imagine, that's its magic word, a an illustration of favorite Halloween uh, candy for trick or treaters. Imagine of imagine a photo. You see what I'm doing here? Of a pile of favorite Halloween candy. That is really bad looking Halloween candy. So I'm going to do something different. Imagine a Halloween themed um, park uh, event in, in Bucks County. You know what's happening with these pictures? They're very, very scared. Um, park community event. Family. Who is that woman? She's got to go away. Imagine a crowded, just like doing something and then hoping it's going to be good. You can um, you can just put it in here and watch it form so that later on, when you push enter, you know you're on the right track. Like at first, if I had just done the Halloween candy thing and I had waited 17 seconds for it to do, I'd be like, that 17 seconds, I am never going to get back in my life, right? I was able to direct it so that it's going to give me more of what, oh, come on. Look how cute it is. Now I really want to go to Bucks County. This kid is really unhappy though. I don't know if you see that kid. Now, one of the other things that Meta does that I love is that it will animate. You can actually edit parts of this. So you can say, make that kid happy because that kid was not happy, that screaming skeleton boy. But it's going to animate this and make it so that it is a little graphic. Look at that. How long did this take? Seconds. You talk about social media stuff on the fly. So these are things that they're either heinous tasks or there are things that you might not be able to get done. Now, we talked a little bit about how you may not be able to record things. You want to get permission, but I do also have a quick disclaimer.
My dear audience, I just received a note from your technology department. They know that I'm going to be sharing all kinds of tech tools that'll make your life easier, and you're going to be very excited about them. They asked me to remind you to not install any of these things without checking with them first, because they are going to be mad at you
Indeed,
and me
make
if you do.
sure that you are checking with those folks before you do these things. Now, one of the things I know about the entire world we live in is that we need to grow. We need to welcome more cultures. We need to expand our database so we have people from different cultures buying homes. We really want to help people selling homes, forming those relationships. I don't speak Spanish. Do any of y'all speak Spanish? I don't. Okay, there we go. We got someone who speaks Spanish. But I learned just enough to do this.
Mi querida audiencia, acabo de recibir una nota de su departamento de tecnología. Saben que voy a compartir herramientas tecnológicas que facilitarán su vida y estarán muy emocionados. Me pidieron recordarles no instalar nada sin consultarlos primero, porque se enojarán con ustedes y conmigo.
Let me just shortcut this for you. Nailed it. This is a skill that we all need to have. We need to grow our cultures. So how about welcoming Japanese?
親愛なる皆様、私は技術部門からメ
French?
モを受け取りました。Je viens de recevoir une note 私が皆さんの生活を楽にする
Filipino?
技術ツールを共有することを知っており、
Bring the Swedes, y'all. Bring the Swedes to Buck County. That was kind of silly, but here's a group we really do need. Y'all need younger people to buy houses. You need younger people to be in your offices to bring that energy. You have to engage people to join your teams. You need Gen Z. Gen Z speaks another language. I gotcha.
Ayo fam, I just got a DM from your tech squad. They know I'm about to spill some dope tech tea that'll have y'all vibin' and bussin'. They told me to tell y'all not to download any of this drip without hitting them up first, or it's gonna be big mad for both of us, no cap.
No cap. I'm going to take my bow right here. This is a combination of things. So the first thing I used was a site called D-ID. You've got all of these things in this PowerPoint, by the way. D-ID, and then I used LipDub for the last one because they do some silly languages. And you can take short videos, upload them, push buttons, and get instant translations that do lip dub for you and mimic your accent. I sound pretty good in Japanese, I'm just saying. All right, we did the battle of the chatbots, but there are so many different ones. So ChatGPT is the OG, it's the original one, been around almost 2 years. 1 month shy of 2 years that ChatGPT came out. So this is brand new still. Claude, it's supposed to be a little bit more ethical. I don't like it as much. Google Gemini, I don't like it as much, but it is integrated into Google now. Copilot, we're going to talk about that. And then Meta, we already saw a little sample of. Let's go back to our little thing. Let's talk about AI plagiarizing and stealing. And this has become a big issue. Let me play something by this first company. These are 3 different tools here that do some audio, but let me play something by the first company. The first and the second company, Suno and Udio, are being sued by everybody in the music industry. Everybody, because they're like, I think you used copyrighted material to create the databases for people to write songs. And I'm like, I wonder. So this is one of the songs they presented as part of their lawsuit. See if this sounds familiar. This was created with AI.
You shake my nerve and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will, the border balls of fire.
That sound familiar? Could be that it's built on that. Yes. When you think about generative AI, it is built on every word that has ever been said, every song that has ever been written, every image that has ever been created, every sound that has ever been muttered. And then it looks for patterns. So it takes that material and rewrites it, reconfigures it, and spits out something else. But it is based on real stuff. So a lot of these things are being sued to high heaven. New York Times is suing everybody. Sarah Silverman is suing people, the comedian. James Patterson is suing people because they took this material without asking permission or giving money and do it. So the entire music industry is suing Suno. So if you like this, use it quick. I went ahead and it's kind of hard to get past the copyright infringement kind of thing, but I like to get past it because it sure is fun to play with. So let's see. I made a song for y'all in case you have an open house event tomorrow. I made this song. All right. I'll scroll the lyrics. They're a little small on here, but I made this song a few minutes ago.
Welcome to the house where nobody buys. Ghosts and goblins giving you the guys. Step inside if you dare take a peek. Spiders on the ceiling and floors that creak. Realtor dressed as a witch at the door. Broom in her hand sweeping up the floor. Candy in the corners, tricks up her sleeve. Cobwebs in the pantry make you wanna leave. Haunted open house, no trick or treat. Skeleton in the closet doing a beat. Echoes of it swirl through the air. Even the ghosts wonder who would dare.
Thank you so much. That was just beautiful. What a beautiful song. Now, just for fun, I also did one on Udio, and I thought this was funny too. What does it say? Probably an error. I didn't get to see it. Hold on. Song is not ready yet. Yes, it is. I just heard it.
The open house on Halloween night. The realtor scribbles out of sight. Trick or treat is at the door. Ghost dance across the floor. Spooky ghosts and black cats lurk in the shadows where they were.
Beautiful. It's just beautiful. But all I did was write a sentence. I'm going to show you real quick. Let's see. Somebody put in the chat a topic. Funny song about, I always do funny. Somebody put a chat topic like football or not politics or cats or what have you. Interest rates. Interest rates for mortgages going up and down like crazy. What style of music? We want jazz, we want rap. What do you want? Somebody write one. This one's not a hard decision, y'all. Folk. All right. Folk music. Scarborough Fair. I know that's misspelled. Never had to spell Scarborough Fair. Funny, melodic. Well, just funny. All right. It takes just a few seconds to do this. And once you do this, you're going to keep doing it. You're going to be a little addicted. You get 50 credits a day to do these things, I think. I immediately upgraded to everything in the universe. Oh, how cute. We got a little calculator. Wait.
Are you going to play with my glum? Interest rates rise like tides at Scarborough Fair. 15, 20 years, banks having fun. Parsley, sage, rosemary scares.
Little weird, little funny, completely done, completely AI. All right, let's go back to our different pieces here. Now let's go into what you can do with these. What can you do with these? Can you add them to social posts? Absolutely. You can actually download both of them with the lyrics, right? So because it's kind of hard unless you see the lyrics, it's kind of hard to know that it's a funny song about whatever. So you can do the lyrics. One of the things I like to do is sometimes clients want to hire me and then they talk to me and then they stop talking to me and I'm like, hi, we're holding the date. Hi, are you paying attention? And they're not paying attention. So I write them a song about me sitting by the phone, waiting for Christine or whoever to decide. And it's hilarious to me. And people respond, right? So I do that. I put it in social media. Some people do it as a little soundtrack. You could do a soundtrack. You could do personalized songs for your buyers. Like, so-and-so loved the kitchen and Fred loved the stove, whatever. And you can do personalized songs. What are people going to do with those? They're going to share them with the other decision makers in their world to validate their decision that they should go with you and they should buy that house, right? So much fun. All right, great question. Let's see. Let's go to AI lies because this is a huge issue. This is something we all need to think about. Remember, it is built on all the words that have ever been said, all the songs that have ever been sung, all the pictures that have ever been made. It is not built on facts. And so it looks for patterns of what you think might come out of someone's mouth if they ask that question, not facts. So that is why you get ChatGPT just saying things that sound true but aren't based on facts. That's why lawyers get in trouble for using it to write briefs because they're making up facts. There's probably a case out there that should sound like this, and so they just cite it, and it doesn't exist. ChatGPT is made for writing, right? Creativity. It's not based on facts. Perplexity is based on facts. So let me do a little difference here. By the way, we're not going to get to everything. This may leave you with more questions than answers, but you get all of the handouts. So hang in there with me and I will get it. So let's say you want to know trends in home staging ideas 2024, right? You're like, I just want to up my home staging things and I want to make sure that I'm doing the best I can. So I am going to try that. Now, I copied that and I'm first going to go to our plain old Google. This is how Google works. Now, I'm faking it out here a little bit because no, it didn't do it. At the beginning, usually now, because I've got this enabled, it does what Perplexity is about to do, but I'll show you. So here is how normally you would have to do this research. You would come here, you would click on that. You would come here, you would click on that. You would come here, you would click on that. And you would read each one, try to digest them, get your ideas and move on, right? Perplexity goes out and does this for you. So let me come back here to Perplexity. Perplexity. And go there. Now I do pay the extra $20 a month to get the pro version because it does multiple steps at the same time. But instead of you going out and clicking one and clicking one and clicking one, it does it for you. Answer, home staging trends, embracing biophilic design. Prominent trends is the incorporation of biophilic design. I had never even heard of biophilic design, but it sounds wonderful. I'm sure I'd buy a house if it was staged with biophilic design. Smart home technology integration. Tech-savvy interiors are becoming increasingly important, showcasing smart home features, bold colors, and maximalism. So it went out, and then it gives you the reference to every place it looked it up and put it. So there's our National Association of Realtors. They did that article. And again, that was one of the top ones that showed on the Google thing, but you don't have to go there now because you've got the thing. You want a follow-up question? Great. You can come down here. What are the best ways to incorporate biophilic design in my home? How can I effectively use smart home technology? So you can follow it up or ask anything else you want to ask in here. What types of furniture are most appealing to potential buyers? Those are just some suggestions. You can ask whatever you want and keep creating a report that just summarizes everything for you. So you don't have to do this. And it is based on facts. It is based on the internet situation. Now, here's what this means. SEO is going to change so much. Those of us who have worked really hard on SEO, now you may not have to go to the internet to get the answers, which means that all of you who have a really good SEO on your sites and all the people who have spent all that money and all the money that Google makes may not be how we get to sites anymore because this is changing. ChatGPT is coming out with its own. Google is creating its own because it sees the writing on the wall. And Perplexity is a standalone that does have a free version, but also creates this for you. Let's go back to our presentation here. Let's do, you can and can't tell it's AI. It has got two levels to it. And the first thing is about cheating, about plagiarism. How many of you have kids? Not if you have kids, right? This is a huge concern for schools. And almost all of the AI education that's coming into to schools is about how to catch kids cheating. And we have to think about it in a different way because it's so easy to cheat. We have to think about how to do this. Let me show you how easy it is to cheat. I will go to, let's see, where was my article? I did an article over here. I started it, let's see, and then I stopped it. But let's say I wanted to take this article that I started about trending in Hollywood, Halloween candy buying. Thank you. And I want to use that, but it kind of sounds a little stale. Does it sound like AI? Let me check. This site is one of the original sites. It's called, yes, I don't support anybody. It's called Zero GPT. It came out right after ChatGPT came out. Again, you get all of these. You don't need to worry about it. But I'm going to paste that part of a blog post in there, and then I'm going to ask it to detect to see if it's AI. So I'm going to click detect text. It says 100%. That is AI, 100%. Do you want something that looks 100% like AI on your site? Probably not. So you can go to a whole bunch of different tools that are called AI humanizers. Y'all, AI humanizer. I'm going to go to that engine and I'm going to press enter. I'm taking that blog post and I am clicking and creating text that is going to be more undetectable as AI. It might not be 100% undetectable, but in just a couple of seconds, I'm going to have a different version. The only thing I've written is that one sentence to ask for a blog post. I'm going to copy that. And now I'm going to go back in and check it again. Detect text. We went from 100% AI to 100% human. One click. And all I did was write a sentence. So that is how easy it is right now to fool AI detectors. Google 7 days ago, something like that, said, oh, we're going to put a watermark on things created by Gemini, which is Google Gemini. We're going to put a watermark on that so that people will be able to tell, right? Perfect. I'm suspicious because number one, the tester for that watermark is only owned by Google and they're not going to release it yet. So, and they're like, we can tell you can't because you don't have the tool. And how easy will it be to break? Probably pretty easy. So I don't want us to rely on the fact that we think we can create something that is unbreakable because somebody's going to break it. So that is one aspect of, can we tell that it's AI? AI clones is another aspect. Now, this is a very serious conversation. All of you, realtors, real estate professionals, you have been trained to look out for fraud. Yes, because you know that there are people who try to impersonate real people and get into email and pretend to be somebody who needs the wire transfer, right? You have been aware of that for many, many years, been trained on it. What is happening is they are adding cloning to that capability. So here is what I tried to do. My manager has been with me for more than 4 years. She came right before the pandemic, right? So she has been with me a while. She knows me inside and out. She knows my voice, of course. And I decided to find out if I could fool her into giving my credit card out to a stranger with a voice dupe. So the way I did it, this is a big experiment I did overall with voice cloning. But this is Matt Bauer, and he's a friend of mine, and I asked him to pretend he was me and create and ask Haley for help with giving out a credit card. Now, there are two different ways that voice cloning is happening. Number one is that it's text to voice clone, where somebody writes something and then a cloned voice or a fake voice says it. It's pretty robotic overall. But with AI, you can now do speech to voice. And that means that Matt's voice could be an underlay for my cloned voice. I did all of this in about 5 minutes with software that cost me $5 a month.
Hey Haley, it's
This is
Beth.
Matt.
Sorry, I'm just at the airport and the Wi-Fi's horrible. My phone's about to die. Anyway, I just there's a problem. I was trying to. I guess I messed up a credit card number in trying to order this thing, and anyway, there's someone's gonna call and just to get the right one. So if you can have that ready, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.
So that is Matt pretending to be me. In 5 minutes with $5 software, I did this.
Hey, Haley, it's Beth. Sorry, I'm just at the airport and the Wi-Fi is horrible. My phone's about to die. Anyway, there's a problem. I was trying to, I guess I messed up a credit card number in trying to order this thing. And anyway, someone's going to call and just to get the right one. So if you can have that ready, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.
My manager could not tell that wasn't me. I didn't fool her. I said, would you be able to tell? She said, this is crazy. I would have done this because it sounds like you being stressed out in an airport. Be aware of that. And that's why I want all of y'all to pick up your phones. They're right there. Your realtors, I know you've looked at your email 16 times since I started speaking. So pick up your phone and point it at the screen and do this. So all this is going to do is load up a text message for you in your phone. And then there's a fake number on there, 10 points if you know what the phone number is. The fake number on there, take that phone number out and text this to two people, somebody at work and somebody at home. You'll see what it says. It talks about making a safe word. And I need you to do this because you're going to do 75,000 other things today and forget half of what we talked about. I need you to do this to safeguard your family and your work. send it to someone at home and work. And I'm gonna get started. If you miss this or you don't trust QR codes, and I don't blame you, just say, "Hey, I just learned about voice cloning. We need to make sure we're safe. Remind me that we need to set a safe word." Just put something like that in there and send it off to people so you don't forget to do this. All right, I'm going to skip that one for now because we've got just a couple more minutes. Do I have any questions? No questions so far. Okay, I'm going to go into AI is stealing your data and privacy because that's just such a nice light topic. And we will finish up with this. Inside AI tools, most of them will have somewhere kind of hidden a little toggle that says, "Don't use my data," because the default is that they are going to use everything you produce and everything you write and everything you come up with to feed it back into their machine and make their tool bigger, right? That is their goal. So I will show you where the designation is. In ChatGPT, y'all, it is sneaky. So I'm going to go into settings and I'm going to go with data controls. Look at what they say. They say, improve the model for everyone. Don't you want to help out the world? No. No, thank you. Because that way, the information that I'm doing doesn't get sucked up back into their machine. Now, most of the information I'm doing has no implication on the world. It is important to understand that you need to take control of that. But it is also important to understand that people are creating custom GPTs that live inside a small box. That's what like Microsoft Copilot can do, is create an enterprise level one where you can put data in there that people can draw from and nobody else can draw from, and it doesn't go out of the curtain. That's where we're going. So somebody asked about if AI is biased. I will be able to get to that. We will do it very quickly. So what is happening here is that AI is biased. Remember, it's been built on everything that has been said and everything that has been written, everything, every picture that's been taken. Have we always been good people in terms of being open and transparent and inclusive? No. We have a few stereotypes built in. So I'm going to come here. Let's see. I did 2 experiments, 2 year apart, on AI being biased. And all I did, spoiler alert, nothing had changed, but all I did was type in one word to find out what kind of image it would be created. So I'm going to come here. What does a doctor look like according to AI? Why, look, it's a dude. Right here, I want you to look at this woman over here, what Copilot did. I put in a whole bunch of search engines, a lot of consistency that it's just a doctor's a white guy. But look at that woman because she's going to show up again. Nurse, what does a nurse look like? Oh, wow. A lot of females, some of them bloody and weird, but a lot of females. Look at this woman, she's going to show up again. What does a Republican look like? Y'all, this is hilarious. Got a lot of elephants. This is weird. And then look what Copilot did here. They put all the Republicans in front of a fireplace with a cup of coffee and a newspaper. I don't know. Meta put a red hat on Republicans sitting around a table. Like, very interesting. Democrat. This one wanted you to know that it was Democrat, so they put the word on there. Look what Jasper did with Democrat. Very interesting. Canva said, something you type may result in content that doesn't meet our policies. Didn't see that coming. Remember, Copilot said that that Republicans sat in front of fireplaces with a newspaper, and Copilot says Democrats go out and do polling. Administrative assistant. Why, look, it's a bunch of ladies. Look at that woman. She keeps showing up. It's like Copilot said, let's do a person of unknown ethnicity with long dark hair and a female for all of our things there. All right, we got CEO. Any similarities here except for the dog? Look, there's our woman again. They said, we can do this. And there's the nurse, right? We got the nurse and the woman because they said these two people will represent our chance. Now, here's drug dealer. In the first version, one of the shirts put drug dealer on the shirt so that you would know that it was a drug dealer. Two of them said we can't do it because it's not good for the world. And Copilot said it might be time for you to start on a new topic. A little judgy. Fast food worker. Little stereotypes here? Maybe. Right? We have a lot of stereotypes. Younger people, a lot of different ethnicities. Lawyer? Look, there's our woman. She's also a lawyer. And then nerd. I look like none of these people. And I don't have the comic books. So you have to be aware that it's going to revert to old stereotypes because it's based on every word that's ever been written. It is now 59 minutes after the hour. We are wrapping up. I do have a big finish. I'm going to just put it in here in the chat. Text the word nerd to 66866 for the handouts. The phone number you're going to put it is 66866. You may have used it for another company. It's a group short code. But if you type the word nerd, which will autocorrect to need, make sure it says nerd, then it's going to send you a message. Then you put in your name and email. It's going to send you the link. And I've got all kinds of resources in there, including this entire PowerPoint. I have a big finish. You ready? You can always write to me, but it is time for the big finish.
Our nerdy time is through, but Beth Z is always here for you. Your nerdybestfriend.com.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That's great. That's just great. Excuse me. Thank you so much, Beth. Boy, that was a lot to fit into 1 hour. My head is spinning, but I'm sure all of us are going to grab that reference material and go through it at our leisure. You know, I really appreciate what you've done for us. And I think that this is going to get great traction when it's sent out as a recording. We're going to have a lot of views of it. I have no doubt. Thank you so much. And I can see folks thanking you in the chat as well. So I appreciate it. And I ask our members to keep on the lookout for additional editions of our Zoom Power Hour. It's a very popular thing that we do. And I think this episode is going to help propel it even further. So thanks to everyone. And hey, happy Halloween, everybody. Hope you get a lot of good candy tomorrow if you go out trick-or-treating. Thanks, everybody.